In this particular video, you ready? In this particular video, I'm showing you how to access the central venous access device. What do you need? You need a Huber needle. You're going to need a CV central line dressing kit. You're going to need saline syringes. You're going to need clean gloves. You will need sterile gloves. Sterile gloves, everything that you need is actually inside with the exception of an additional mask for the patient. So you can do it all at once, or you can take extra gloves. I always take extra gloves. One, it's easier for me to use these. Sometimes those are really tight and crumbly. So it gives you that opportunity to have a backup, because sometimes when you're pulling things on, it pops. Okay. In our particular case, we need an order to say that we may access the central venous access device. We say LifePort, Mediport, PICC line, and there will be a flush after each one. That's in case you're doing a dressing change as well. So, what you would do, you will go into your patient's room and you will knock and enter. And once you're inside, you're going to introduce yourself to the patient. Hi, Mr. Davis. My name is Lee. I'm going to be your nurse today. And I have an order here to access your LifePort. Have you ever had that done before? Mr. Davis will answer me. Okay. So, what I need to do, Mr. Davis, is just to verify that you are who you say you are. What's your name? He states his name, Robert Davis, and he gives me his date of birth. If he gave me his medical record number, because he's that sharp, he could have. That would be just as good. So, I will wash my hand, and I'm going to put on gloves. I'm going to tell Mr. Davis that during the procedure, what I need for you to do is to remain still, to turn his head away from the port to cut down on infection. So, once I've got my gloves on, I need to have a general idea as to where this device is. So I'm going to palpate. See that big hole there? Don't let the hole fool you, because sometimes it may be a little bit over, and you won't have the hole in the guy's chest as a marker. But you got a site reference now. Okay. Now once you've done that, you are able to set up your area. Mr. Davis is in the bed. I am right-handed. So what I'm going to do is to put my table here. I will get a trash can and put the trash can over here, so that anytime that I'm coming from my sterile field, I'm going to go immediately away from my sterile field. So, I'm going to discard, clean my hands, and I'm going to gather my supplies. What I'm going to show you is how you can, part of the supplies would be a cap. The cap that I'm talking about is the one that's on the end of this already. So I'm going to gather the supplies that I need, and put everything on the side. Get my gloves. You notice I have there's a bio patch on my area as well. The bio patch is not for the LifePort, but it would be for triple lumen catheter. It just cuts down on infection. It's impregnated with chlorhexidine, and it cuts down on the infection. So, I'm going to get my gloves, my mask. I'm going to put my mask on Mr. Davis. And I'm going to let him know that it could be a little hot because you're just breathing there. So, put that on him. And I can go ahead and put mine on as well. There will be certain things that, as an instructor, if you need your syringes dropped onto your sterile fill, if you need your Huber needle dropped onto your sterile fill, we will do those kind of things for you. Or you can pick it out. But I'm going to show you how to do it with the minimum use of instructor assistance. Alright, so first thing that I would do is open up my kit. The other thing is you want to make sure your table is clean before you put anything down. So, I'm going to get a new Huber needle to show you how to do this, okay? I can open up my Huber needle. And I can drop my Huber needle in. I can open up my cap.
You can make a statement. Mr. Davis, have you explained everything? I mean, did the doctor explain to you before you give him blood? Oh yeah, I've had blood before, no problem.
And
whatever.
Drop it in.
You should say, I need you to sign a consent form stating that you
As you can see,
accept the blood transfusion.
there's a different type.
Then if you do need a few
You
more
never know what you're going to run into
and know where
in the field. I think most of you guys have this type of CV PK.
I have both.
You have which one?
I have both in my kit.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Open it up and you can drop it to the inside. Okay? Now, if you notice, I haven't opened this because this is where, in particular, the instructor will be assisting you in order to get it in there. So, I'm going to open my gloves up. Did you see what just almost happened? This almost, the back side of that almost went into it. What does that say to you? You would have broken your sterile fill if that would have happened. If you suspect it, don't be afraid to say that this could have happened. Alright. Put on my gloves. In the meantime, I may be talking with Mr. Davis. How you doing, Mr. Davis? Well, I'm still doing great. Alright. Can I use this as a sterile fill? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything that I need right there. Then I can open this up. Do I need this? I will later because you guys are going to be practicing. Need this?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it okay that you cross your arms like that?
What happened? Have I done anything? Did I touch my arm or anything?
I know for last semester they were like, don't cross your arms.
But I think that was to reduce the risk of interacting with your other arm.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just
I just want to make sure.
Well, good question. All right. Now, if I hadn't, here's what I'm going to do. Because I'm just going to open this up. Right on top of what I have here. Take everything there. Take everything there.
All the, whatever you want.
And this doesn't have the chlorhexidine prep in it. It's okay.
One there, and then we're gonna close.
And I can discard this one. So, at this particular time, I would have the instructor, so one of you guys would come around here, open up this for me.
This has to be covered with it. So when you drip chamber, it has to cover. You can still see it dripping, but it has to cover it. So I'm going to get my bag of salmon.
Just pull it right along the side. Oh no, on the other side.
Down the side of it.
All right.
And you spike it.
If we can have a time out here. It would be like this.
The best way to do it is to
Take it.
Yeah, it's alright.
hang it up. I like to do it in hand, but I guess you'll.
And just, no, don't touch it.
I would,
Just open it up,
fill up all your tabs.
and grab like
We'll
so.
throw it trash can, even here, we're gonna let
And
you
put it on.
into the trash. Just
Okay.
get it.
Got it?
So, you're going to.
And I have alcohol swabs here. The chlorhexidine prep allows you to have one swab that you will click, and you will press it down, and then you will scrub vigorously in order to get it clean. This, I will have to open it up. I don't want you to put anything wet onto the skin. It just takes longer for it to dry. And with that, I'm going to do the 3-motion approach. I'm going to go down, I'm going to scrub vigorously across, that would dry. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to scrub vigorously this way, let it dry, and then I'm going to go down, and I'm going to come around and clean it like so, and drop it. So now I have everything that I need.
Any questions on that? What's next?
So, at this particular point, I am going to,
What do we need to know before we go get the blood from the blood? We need to know, well,
put my cap on.
I'm sorry. We need to know what type of blood he has, okay, because now, again, the lab does this for you. They're going to give you the correct name. But you still have to check it. So what do you need to know to make sure when you get down there that you're getting?
And while that is drying,
You have to take it off.
I'm going to prime.
So you have to know what type of blood he has. So when you get down there and they try to hand you
My Huberman.
negative, you need to make sure negative, because bad is negative. Say they try to give you positive blood. So you need to know what is.
And
what-
since that has
what type of blood,
dried,
right? What else do you think?
I'm going to drop this away.
You need to be a little bit knowledgeable of what's going on.
And
You've had this happen
Mr. Davis, I'm about to
before. Go down and get it.
insert. I'm going to
It's 9.5.
go straight in,
That's really teeny bit low, but not enough.
and
So.
I'm going to aspirate. When I aspirate, I'm going to get blood. I'm not going to see it now because as an instructor, I'll be on the other side showing you if you did. If your Huber needle is clamped and you tell me that you are getting blood, you got blood return, the answer is no, you don't. So that's going to make you have to troubleshoot what you were doing. Once I am sure of where I need to be, I went straight in at a 90-degree angle. I am going to begin to slowly push into maybe 3 liters of fluid. And as I do that, I am looking for signs of infiltration. Those kind of signs will begin to swell. There's blood that's coming out of the side there. There's it begins to get red. The patient is beginning to complain about hurting. So I'm flushing, and if there's no signs of infiltration, I'm going to go ahead and vigorously flush the remaining of the 10 mLs of fluid. I'm going to show you what I mean by vigorous after I get through, and I can take the mask off and breathe again. So I'm going to let that drop because it's stabilized and it's secure right there. Typically, the chest is not as small. That needle will go in a little bit closer to the skin. And I'm going to get my Tegaderm dressing. Was this hand dirty? Okay. I'm touching the sides over here, so it's not a problem. Then I'm going to affix it so that I can see that it covers the entire area. I'm going to get the bubbles out as much as I can. The importance of getting all of those air bubbles out is that what it does, it prevents or reduces the likelihood of infection.
So this expires today. Can we give it? Yes. Today's still going, so don't be safe. So what it's going to come down to is let's give him his type instead of the other. Stay negative.
There we have it. Now, is that bad?
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I am going to get ready to vigorously flush, and as I'm flushing, I am clamping before I get down to the end. You see that bubble right there? That bubble should never go into the patient. Alright? It's okay, and that's the main reason that you want to have your syringe upright, because you want any bubbles that you may not have been able to get out before to show up like that. Question?
Do we not clamp anymore prior to vigorously flushing?
Well, that's what I just said.
Unclamped?
That's what I just said. I wanted to show the vigorous flush, but then I saw that I didn't go to that step.
Okay.
So you vigorously flush and you clamp.
Prior to putting all the stuff on it?
Yeah, then you would set it down. Everybody clear? You got the look, you said?
No, I didn't. Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. And then what I'm going to do is to go ahead and secure the end of my catheter up out of the way so they have easy access. I would date and time. And affix it to the area. And I'm good to go. I need to show you what a vigorous flush is. A vigorous flush is a flush that is constant and steady, like so. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that you do something like this. That is not what I'm talking about. It's a steady pressure. Okay? Clamping before you get down to the end so that you will, what does that do? Well, why do you clamp while you
So it doesn't backflow either?
and create what? What happens when the blood backs up?
I can coagulate, right?
It can create a clot. Okay? Any question? That is it.